Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here. Tonight, you're going to discover a simple, proven, and realistic way to start solving your day-to-day cash flow challenges. And the best part, you can get started immediately. But before we get into that, let's take a few introductions. Welcome, Aaron King. Brian Hedges from Australia, welcome. James Burrow, Janice, Terry, Thomas Hinman, William Stevens, welcome. Well, now I know we all have financial goals, whether it's covering basic needs, helping family fund a project, or building real long-term wealth. And tonight, I'm going to show you exactly how people are doing all of that and more, often starting with as little as $10. Now, here's what you'll take away from tonight's session: how to access free money to fund whatever matters most to you, how $10 can turn into $10,000 again and again without buying, selling, or recruiting in the traditional sense, and how that same $10 taps into 41 income streams inside the same system and with the same people working together to raise money for multiple projects and create generational wealth. Now, this is life-changing information, so pay attention because what you're about to see could put you back on track financially, and by the end of this session, you'll see why BDM is the smarter, faster, and more profitable alternative. Now, for those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is John Austin. In just a few words, my bio is this: I joined network marketing at age 14. I built teams as large as 3 million people, hit the top ranks of 7 companies, co-owned 2, and consulted for owners designing compensation plans. And over the years, I discovered why most people in this industry fail and how to fix it. You know, new ideas don't necessarily catch on quickly, but when we finally discover how much new technologies can benefit us, then they become almost universal. Take for example, the automobiles, the refrigerators, telephones, televisions, computers, internet, cell phones. Eventually, it becomes evident that you're being left behind if you continue to depend upon old technologies, old systems, old ways. And that's where we are today. In the work at home industry, now you can earn 20 times the money for the same amount of work, and that benefits everybody, not just you. And when you finally realize that, you will be motivated to share BDM with others. Now, we've worked hard to give you tools to make your job easy. You no longer have to tell or sell or present. All you have to do is invite others to take a look. So tonight, I'm going to show you one of our newest tools. And this is our Pay It Forward 250 plan. Realizing that, some of us, this is probably our last rodeo. We don't have time to slow track it. And so we created another video to show you how you can actually start at $250, pay other people in at $250. It will actually cost you very little in the beginning and nothing in the end, and earn money very, very quickly.
One quick question and no hard feelings if you answer no. If I offered to pay your way into business for $250, would you spare 5 minutes to see if I've lost my mind? Stick with me for 2 minutes. I promise you'll be glad you did. I'm John Austin. Welcome to Better Deals in Money, or BDM for short. We're a private membership club. We don't run ads. We grow by invitation only. One member invites another, just like you're being invited right now. We have real products, real member benefits, and real ways for you to earn. Earn commissions from our product sales, raise funds through our private crowdfunding clubs based on giving and receiving, or even earn without making a donation. In this video, I'm going to focus on the crowdfunding side, the part that could seriously rock your world. But first, let's start by showing you how the pay plan works. Imagine designing the perfect compensation plan. What would that be? Perhaps something for the little guy, showing someone who's not great at recruiting how they could still earn an endless stream of perpetual profits. Or maybe a system for the masses, where a small amount of money leveraged correctly turns into a fortune fast. Or perhaps something for attracting the best team builders in the world, allowing them to profit not only from their own efforts, but from everyone in the company. Tough decision, right? Welcome to Better Deals and Money. We decided to do all three. Our hypersonic compensation plan was designed to be simple, superior, and super fast. It starts with 15 different packages ranging from $10 to $20,000. We have a three-sided maximum leverage plan. Number one, first is our high-powered coded commission plan, where everyone you personally refer takes the next available frontline position. Once they upgrade to any of the 15 levels, your account will start to be flooded with commissions. Payments from your frontline are instantly sent to your back office wallet, regardless of your level. The only exception will be the payments from your second and fourth personal referrals, which pass up to your sponsor. This is an awesome feature because it means that all of your people will be passing up payments from their second and fourth referrals to you. Number two, 1x2 speed matrix. With your position at the top and 2 open positions directly under it, the first payment is yours. The second payment goes to your sponsor and opens a new matrix under your sponsor. This can happen over and over again, creating an endless stream of payments flowing into your wallet. As you upgrade to higher levels, it opens new speed matrices, allowing you to earn from up to 13 unique matrices simultaneously. Last but not least, number 3, 2x2 fast-moving matrix. With your position at the top, 2 open positions directly under it, and 4 open positions under those 2. The first 2 payments go to the person above you. The third, fourth, and fifth payments are yours. The sixth payment cycles you, opening a new matrix under your sponsor. Upgrading to higher levels opens new 2x2 matrices, allowing you to earn from up to 13 different matrices simultaneously. Continuous profit generation. All 3 sides of the compensation plan work simultaneously, 24/7, depositing money into your wallet. This provides profit and capital to upgrade to higher levels, allowing you to benefit from even larger payments as your referrals upgrade to higher levels. Leadership attraction feature. To ensure long-term profitability and attract top leaders from around the world, $5 from each package upgrade of $100 or more goes into our monthly top recruiter pool. This pool with no cap is split among the top 10 recruiters each month, offering new leaders the chance to qualify and compete. Think about that for a moment. $5 from every $100 upgrade and above from every Better Deals and Money member in the world with no cap. That means it could eventually be thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of dollars being split by the top 10 recruiters for that month. A plan for everyone. We catered to the little guy. Coded compensation payments, even at levels they are not qualified for. A wealth creation machine for the masses. Triple-sided maximum leverage plan. Attracting and rewarding the best leaders. Leadership top recruiter pool. We have redefined compensation plans, aiming to create more members successfully earning money than any other project. And fast. Are you ready to build a potential fortune? Ready to participate in the best wealth generation model ever? Welcome to Better Deals and Money. Prepare to move at the speed of success. But here's the real magic, the pay it forward system. Imagine this. The person who invited you offers to pay your way into one of our clubs, matching your commitment dollar for dollar. This could be any matrix, even starting as low as $10. For this example, I'm going to focus on our $250 matrix because, let's be honest, people need to earn money fast. For some folks, this might be the last rodeo, and they don't have time for the slow track. If that's you, listen close, because what I'm about to show you could change your situation faster than anything you've seen before. You join our $250 1x2 matrix. They cover your $250 house club. You pay it forward for others, helping them join, and somehow you keep making money doing it. Let me show you how simple this works. Your first person joins your 1x2 matrix. You pay $250 to put them in the house club. You earn $400 total. Cost you $250. You're already $150 ahead. Second person earns you nothing from the matrix. Costs $250 to pay it forward. You're down $100. Third person, same cycle as before. Total profit now? Back to $50 ahead. Sound like a roller coaster? Hang tight, because after you've paid it forward for 8 people, you're done losing money. From person 9 forward, it's pure profit. Example, Pay it forward for 20 people? You're $600 in profit. But that's just the beginning. Now the real numbers kick in. Let's say you pay it forward for 10 people, and each of them pays it forward for just 5 more. Your team grows. You cycle 5 times. You've earned $67,600. Want more? Take from your profit and join the $10, $20, $50, and $100 matrices. Now you're at $116,272. Now, join the $500 matrix. That rockets you to $251,472. And here's the thing. You'll be stepping up to the $20,000 matrix long before you earn $200,000, and so will others. It happens faster than you think. Let's dream bigger. If your team average grows to 6 instead of 5, suddenly we're talking $450,120. If cycles increase to 6, over $1.3 million. And we're not even counting the higher clubs that go up to $20,000. Let's break down the unilevel calculator. With a team average of just 4 members each, 62 people brings in $12,400. But when you follow our pay it forward method, 10 personal signups goes up to $49,600. Take from your profits and add the gas club, grocery club, car club, travel club, and elite club. That takes you to $184,512. But here's the thing. Some members bring in hundreds and some legs will grow 100 levels deep and deeper. Imagine, 10 levels down equals $6,088,896. And that's not counting the 9 other clubs or our powerful 2x2 legacy plan. Cost to start? $250. Cost to pay it forward for 10 people? It costs you nothing. In fact, you earn a profit. If this doesn't light your fire, your wood might be wet. Start wherever you can, but if you can see your way to make the small and even temporary sacrifice of starting at the $250 level, you will earn money even faster. Join today and start paying it forward for others. Multiply your income streams by stepping up as soon as you earn profits. Build wealth faster than you ever thought possible. Your financial future is finally in your hands if you're ready to move. So grab your boots, lace them up, because this could be your last best chance to build real wealth, live your dream, and leave a legacy. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the inside.
Okay, so let's say you join, you get started, and you log into your back office. You're going to come over here and you've got BDM clubs and you've got matrices. If you're doing the pay it forward, you're offering to pay it forward, or somebody's offering to pay it forward for you, you would come over here to the 1x2, and we have the 2x2 matrix, which we really haven't talked about because that's we don't have a calculator that covers it. But it's a third income stream that definitely, once you get making money in the others, you're going to want to be in this one too. But let's talk first about the 1x2. Is this is what we highlighted on the video. So you would come here and you would choose your entry level. And based upon what your sponsor is going to offer, maybe they're offering to pay you into the 10 or the 10, 20, and 50 or whatever. But let's say that you're going to do the 250. You would come over here. And okay, with the matrices, you're going to have to fund your wallet first. So what we do is we go over here to travel packages. So we have to have real products, and these are real products, but at the same time, we're going to give you bonus points in your dashboard to equal the amount of money that you're spending for the vacation. So let's say you want to fund your wallet for $250. You're going to add the $200 and the $50 vacations to your cart. Now understand these are real vacations. You can use them or not. But then once you get these in your cart, you're going to add your payment information, click pay, and that will immediately put money in your money right here, money. You're going to find that in your credit wallet, credit transactions. You don't necessarily need to worry about that. It's automatic. But then what you'll do is you come over and click on the 250 matrix, and it would allow you to pay from your credits. Then your sponsor is going to pay it forward and put you into the $250 house club. Okay, so now you're actually in two income streams. And it doesn't matter if you want, if you start at the $10, I understand that that's where some people have to start. But let me say this, if you can do more than $10, definitely do more. If that's the 10 and the 20, that's $30. If it's the 10, 20, and 50, that's $80. You know, whatever, whatever you can afford to do, step up and do that, because it's just going to allow you to earn money faster. And if your sponsor is paying it forward, well, guess what? You're matching the money that you're paying up front. It does several things. It gives you skin in the game. It gives you commitment. It gives you a way that you can pay it forward for others and build your team fast. Okay. So from here, we're going to look at our income calculators. This is our pay it forward calculator, and this one is actually the $10 one. And you can see here, if you were going to pay somebody forward at $10, your first one, you would pay $10, but you would make 16. You would make $8 from them joining the 1x2 matrix. You would make $8 from you paying for the unilevel for the gas club. So you've actually earned $16, but out of that you paid $10. So you have a running profit of $6. On the second one, as you saw in the compensation plan, in the 1x2, you're going to get paid on the first one. You're not going to get paid on the second one. That's going to cycle you and put you in a new matrix. You're going to get paid on the third one. The next one is going to cycle you and put you into the next matrix. The beauty of this is everybody that you sponsor, guess what? You're going to get their second one. They're going to get the first payment. You're going to get the second one. They're going to get the first one. You're going to get the second one. So the more you share this, obviously, the more income you're going to earn from the 1x2 matrix. Okay, so every other one in the 1x2, you get paid, and the second one you don't. Here on the unilevel, you're going to get paid on the first one, not on the second one, on the third one, not on the fourth one, but then you're going to get paid on every single one after that. And that's why after you get to number 6 here, you're seeing that you're no longer going in the negative. But how far are you going in the negative? You never go in the negative more than $8. Okay, if we go to the $250, this is a pay it forward for the 250. Same same scenario on the first two sales here, 1x2 on the unilevel. You're going to earn $400. You pay 250. You're going to come out with 150. I'm going to make this a little bigger, maybe make it easier for you to see. On number 2, you're going to pay 250. Take away 150 is going to leave you $100 in the hole. Third person you pay forward, you're going to be 50 to the positive. Fourth person, 200 negative, and that's as far negative as you will ever go. So if you started at 250 and you're going to go to a negative 200, that's a negative 450. You've paid 450. That's the most you'll ever have out of pocket. But you're going to see that as you continue to pay it forward, these are going to turn around. So we can go up here. We can actually increase this. We can go to however far we want to go. If you pay it forward for 30 people, you're now going to be 1,100 to the positive. See, so this is going to continue to grow the more people you pay in. So what doesn't it make sense to pay more people forward? Because number one, you're giving them a benefit. They're creating two streams of income up front by joining under a pay it forward. They're getting two streams of income right out of the gate. Or if you're doing a 10, 20, 10, 20, 50, etc., you might have more than two. You might have as many as 6 or more income streams. Again, people are going to want to do what you did. They're going to ask you, well, where did you join? Well, I joined at 250. Okay. Most people can come up with 250. Not everybody, but most people can. And can you see how it really makes sense if you can, join at a higher level. The beauty of this is you never lose out. Let's go over here to our clubs calculator. If you join at the 250 and you start earning this kind of money, we're talking only 62 people here, and you've earned $12,400. How many people would you have to have in a standard matrix to earn 12,400? Maybe 25,000 people? A lot. Here you only have to have 62 people. Now, you begin to understand why I talk about old systems and new systems, old compensation plans, new compensation plans. Once it becomes apparent to people, the difference that they're earning at least 20 times the money for the same amount of work. And here, where you're paying it forward and you're actually starting out with two income streams, you're earning literally way, way more. You're earning money so much faster. But out of this 12,400, wouldn't it make sense to go back and jump into these other clubs? Obviously, it would. Would you jump into the $500 Elite Club? Yes, you would. Would you go into the $1,000 Elite Club? Would you go into the maybe the $20,000 Elite Club? Probably you would. And so you can see that this is going to happen much, much faster than than you could possibly imagine. People are going to be stepping up, stepping up, stepping up, and the more they step up, the more you're going to earn. And again, this is only with 62 people. What happens as you pay it forward for, say, 10? You pay it forward for even 20. This really begins to make a lot of sense, folks, because if it's not costing you any money out of pocket to pay it forward, yeah, in those first few, you're going to be out of pocket momentarily, but not very long. But as you continue to increase, now we have people right here on this call that have sponsored more than 250 people on this call. Yeah, not all of those people have come in and paid it, into the, paid in. But I can tell you what this person is doing, and this happens to be Brian. I hope you don't mind me sharing that, Brian. In fact, I'm going to let you unmute if you want to. But now Brian is going back to these people that he's recruited, and he's offering them this opportunity to come in under the pay it forward. He's offering to match them, dollar for dollar wherever they come in, and it's working. Brian,
Yeah,
you
I'm
want to
here.
share with us?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this, John, all the way around, because it's a bit of a head bender when we consider what we're doing here with BDM, when we compare it with traditional network marketing companies. It's a totally different animal. It's like comparing a horse to a giraffe. Probably not a good example, but paying it forward works. And I've proven to myself and other programs that if you pay it forward for enough people, you're going to get a constant flow of income coming back to you. Now, I'm guilty of thinking small. And that might sound crazy because, I've got 295, I think it is, members in the team at the moment.
Yeah, I
And
think I think you're pushing 300.
yeah, I'm looking at and we'll come next month, well, come this month, we'll certainly go over 300. As you said, not all of them are upgraded, but they are people that I can talk to. They are people I can reach out to and say, hey, have a look at what we're doing. And I'm getting that through paid advertising. So that's the other side of the coin, that maybe somewhere down the track, BDM might look at paid advertising, giving people the option to promote BDM via paid advertising. It's just throwing it out there. But paying it forward works. And so what I've done, I've not quite what John's done, I've actually offered to pay it forward for my people into both the 2x1 and the $10 gas club. That was one. I did another one where I offered people, if they joined the 2x1 at 10, 20, and 50, I would pay it into the gas club, the grocery club, and the car club. And in all cases where I've done any sort of PIF thing with BDM, I am now in profit. Initially, I was behind the 8 ball, but as John said, you work along and you keep consistent and you'll get into profit. And a long time ago, a very old man told me that if you're in business and you spend $100,000 in your business and you only make $99,999, you're going to go broke. He said, but if you make $100,001, you're going to go forward more and more and more. And that's what we're doing here. We're going forward more and more and more. I'm not at the house club yet. I've got the car club. I've got the small travel club, as in the discount club. But I hope within 2 months, I'll be at the house club. And I'll put it out there to John. I've told everybody else I need a new car. So I need $40,000 American for my new car. And I hope to have that by Christmas. So that's a realistic goal with a realistic company. And now I'll shut up, John.
So interesting, you said you had done pay it forwards in the past.
Yeah.
And in a typical pay it forward, there's really no guarantee there that you're going to come out ahead.
No.
You
Many people
could
are against it. Many people are against the pay it forward because it attracts people that do nothing and hope to sit into a matrix system and get spillover. That's
exactly.
the normal situation. Here, if you don't work, you don't get paid. And I like that.
Yeah, in a normal pay it forward, you got no skin in the game. Somebody's paid you into a platform and you have no skin in the game. You really, if you do nothing, you lose nothing. But
That's right.
here, in order to get into the pay it forward, you have to have skin in the game. You have to match your sponsor, and then your sponsor doesn't go in the hole. Initially, those first four, yeah, you go in the hole momentarily, but once you get past the first four, you start breaking even. Once you go farther, you earn more and more. And it's just like you said, if you earn $1 more than you spend and you continue to do that, you just spend, okay, if you're earning $1 more than you spend, then you just have to spend more dollars, right?
Yeah.
To earn more. That's really the math. And it doesn't matter what the profit is. If you had to spend $100 to earn $1, but if you could spend enough dollars, you would eventually earn, you would eventually earn a lot of dollars back. But here,
Yeah.
you're
I
not
want
having
to
to
say two
spend.
things.
Go ahead.
First of all, I want to say, first of all, I want to welcome William. William Stevens is one of my team members. So thanks, William, for being on the meeting. The second thing is, if you guys want to go and play the calculator at just $10, put in 1,000 people and see what happens. The end result is you'll wind up with 19.8% return per annum if you could do that in a year. And that
So
is better than any
are you
bank that you're
talking
going.
about putting in 1,000 personals here?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just into the gas. Sorry, into the 2x1 it was. Yeah, into that 2x1 feeder.
Oh, in the two by
Yeah,
one, one
yeah,
by two, 1 by 2. Okay.
yeah. 1x2. Yeah, I get it confused.
Okay, let's go
I'm an
back
old
here.
fart.
That's okay. That's okay.
Probably your age, John. I was just
One
doing
by two. Okay,
75.
so if we put 1,000 here,
Yeah.
oh, we got to do the yeah, we got to do the $10 gas club. All right, with doing nothing more than just paying what you're saying, doing nothing more than just paying forward. Okay, what other numbers am I doing this right?
The actual part board calculator where it's got where you got the 10 and then 16 and then oh goodness, the one that you had right in the front in the news page. That one.
Um,
Sorry, this is taking up time. I do apologize,
yeah,
folks.
that's okay because we're all learning here.
Yeah.
Uh, and if
There you go. Scroll down a bit, John.
okay,
Okay, so that's not the one I was looking for. The calculator you had was in the pay it forward section, right in the very front of the when we log into our back office. And yeah, it was the
oh wait a minute. Okay, right here. I think this is one we're looking for.
that's probably yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, this
there it is.
so yeah, here
So
we go.
there's your bottom line. Now, once you've hit the actual number 10, I think it is, you're in profit.
Right.
And technically, you don't really need to take any more money out of pocket. So you're spending $100.
Yeah, okay. So actually when you hit number 6,
Seven.
that's the last time you go, that's the
Yeah.
last time you go negative.
Yeah.
On number 7, you got $2. On number 8, you're back to 0, but you're not negative. And then from 9 going forward, you just continue to grow, and that's just on the $10, okay?
Yeah.
But you have to understand, folks. Yeah, it's if it was nothing more than this, and you did enough, you could make money. But this isn't where the big money is. The big money is when they start coming into over here, you see, and let's see.
Just remember one thing. Mighty oak trees grow from little acorns.
That's right. and and obviously, monkey see, monkey do.
Yep.
If people come into the pay it forward, how are they going to promote? They're going to promote with their people to pay it forward. And so, if they go out and start doing, you've done 20 here and they're doing 10, they're doing an average of 10, that's $62,000. And it costs you nothing. It costs you absolutely nothing to get there because to pay 30 people in right here, you made $44. Uh, Actually, we're at 20. So you're up $24. Costs you nothing to do that. And then if these people only do 10, that's putting you at 62,480 with only 5 cycles. But if we start increasing the cycles, which automatically happens,
Yeah.
the numbers go crazy on just a $10 pay it forward.
Absolutely. And it's head bending when you start playing around with figures. And there's an old saying, people lie, but figures don't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the math doesn't lie.
Yeah.
And And so the question is, I mean, yeah, people will lie about what they're going to do. I'm going to do this, but it really comes bottom line, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What is your commitment? Because if you make a commitment, if you make an absolute commitment, then you will get it done. You'll figure out how to get it done. You may not know how to get it done, but the most important thing is that you decide what you're going to do.
Or the other thing too that happens, John, if you set a goal, the means to meet that goal will come to you if you concentrate on that goal. So,
Yeah,
I want a new car. So what happens? I look at the $10 pay it forward. I'm looking at the $10 pay it forward, and my upline, who just in this case happens to be you, comes out with a $250 pay it forward. Now I'm going to reach my car a lot faster at $250, even though I can't afford it at the moment, than I am at a $10 thing. So again, the
yeah,
universe brings it to you.
yeah. So yeah, there's the difference. See, $10, we go to 250.
Yeah, just a tad.
And we're not even talking the other two streams of income. We're not talking about the $20,000 matrices.
Yeah,
Folks,
well, that bends
if you
my head
can,
totally. That one, I just sort of think, well, okay, one
if you
day
can,
maybe I'll get there, but at the moment,
yeah, yeah.
just one step in front of another. That's
Well,
all we do.
it's the same. We go back to the automobile. It took a long time for the automobile to really take over, the mode of transportation. A lot of people, continued to drive the horse and buggy. When a refrigerator came along, a lot of people continued to use the old ice box, on and on as we moved forward in different technologies and different ways of doing things better. The computer, look how long it took the computer to take hold. And now we couldn't live without them. They run our street lights, they run you couldn't check out of the grocery store without a computer. There's nothing happens today without a computer. And then from there, look at cell phones. Cell phones, you can do more computing on a cell phone today than you could on a computer 10 years ago, by far. It's just incredible how we've moved along. But once this catches on, it's going to be the same thing. We are the pioneers here, folks. We're the pioneers. We go back to the automobile. Somebody bought a new automobile. They were a strange person. They were all by themselves. And then there was a few more and a few more. And yeah, we're a small team right now, but I guarantee you, the ones that are on board right now and stick with us, Brian, you're going to make so much money it's going to scare you. It's just literally will be absolutely mind-boggling with the kind of work you're doing. Um, I, it's words won't even won't
Well,
even.
I look at this, John, at the moment, I'm laying my foundation. And I encourage everybody to lay their foundation. I don't care if it's just finding one good person or finding four or whatever the case may be. Lay your foundation and consider this early stage of BDM as building your foundation. And once you've built your foundation, you've got something solid to build off. It might sound old hat tech, because I am old school, but that's what we were taught. Build your foundation.
Yeah.
And once you've got a solid foundation, you can then grow.
I've told this story several times, but when I graduated from high school and went to college, I rented an apartment across the street from a high-rise building that was going in. And for several months, I don't know, 6, 9 months, they had this big, huge hole in the ground. Cement trucks would wind down around the outside. They built a road going down into it, and they would keep going in and out of there all day long. And it looked like forever, and nothing was happening. And then finally, when they got the foundation laid, it was just seemed like floor after floor after floor was going up, just, in a matter of days. So the foundation is extremely important. And that's, I don't care what you're building. I don't care what kind of business, anything, if you're designing a brand new gadget, an automobile, whatever, it goes to the drawing board, and then you start looking at all the little intricate parts, and each and every one of those has to be designed. How long do you think, you know, that the automobile that you're driving today was on somebody's drawing board? That's the foundation, folks. And that's what takes the time. The foundation is the hardest part to build. But I promise you, you're never going to get rich if you chase the next newest thing that comes along. You know, it's just like the fox chasing a rabbit. He's got the rabbit, he's almost got the rabbit worn down, but then a bigger, fatter rabbit jumps out of the bushes, and that one looks better. And what does he do? He stops chasing that one. Well, you see, the fox is already half worn out, and the rabbit is now fresh. And we've all seen this happen. Going back in my, many years in network marketing, there was a point in time where I got, I got terribly distracted. And I remember one day in the morning, I was shown an opportunity, and boy, that looked like it was just the best thing I'd ever seen. Okay. And I joined. Midday, somebody sent me something else, and that looked even better than the first one. And I joined that one. And later on in the day, another one came along that looked better than those two, and I joined that one. I joined 3 programs in one day. And by the end of the day, I was so confused, I didn't know what to do. And
I can relate. Guilty.
I don't think I built any of the 3. you know, but I do remember that. See, and that's the case of, trying to find, trying to chase the fresher rabbit, the new rabbit. And we're going to see that happen. You're going to see things come and go and come and go and come and go. But finally, there's something here that you can sink your teeth in. You can drive your stake in the ground and build a future like nothing that's ever been created before.
I agree totally.
I'm going to allow others to open up if they want to. If you've got any questions, folks, let's go ahead and take a question or two, and then we'll wrap it up. Feel free to unmute or raise your hand. I do appreciate you coming on, Brian, and sharing. It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to have somebody who's actually doing it. Okay. Well, looks like we have no more.
Okay. This particular Zoom, this is Thursday night for people in America. It's Friday morning for me in Australia. That's a good time for me. So I will, certainly make the effort of being here every Friday as often as I can.
Okay.
And as we grow, we can put in more information and tell people how we're progressing. And hopefully by Christmas, we've got a photograph of the new car.
There you go. It's very doable. All right. So before we end, I want to leave you with this. Opportunities like this don't come around every day. And where you can start with as little as $10, access free money, tap into a system that feeds 41 income streams, all working together to help you solve cash flow challenges, fund your dreams, and create generational wealth. Man, that alone, 41 income streams here, folks, and you've only seen the tip of the iceberg here. We didn't even talk about the 2x2. We haven't talked about the elite clubs going, $1,000 on up to $20,000. And the only thing standing between you and financial change is taking action. We've shown you how simple it is. Now it's your turn to decide. You can sit on the sidelines, or you can say enough is enough. You can take control of your future. We believe in you. We've seen this system work for countless people, and tonight it can work for you too. So get started now. We'll be here to support you every step of the way. Thank you for your time. Good night, and God bless.